Okay, today I want to make a holster, another one, for a Glock 17, 22, or 31 class. And this is one with a mounted light on it. So it'll be a light bearing holster. It'll be very similar to this one here. But I want to make it in red carbon fiber print. I'm heating up the oven right now. Once that's done, I'm going to throw this Holstex in there and then put it in my press. The press will form it into shape, as you can see here. And then it will fit inside and be secure. I'll have to reform it out in the back. My oven's done now. And I want to change up the lines a little bit so it's similar to this holster, the curves and stuff. And that is for my FNX 9 with a light bearing holster on it, or a light Inforce light on it. Okay, that's part one. Part of the prep work I have to do is to put something on here for the paddle mount to be mounted onto. I can also put several other type of mounts on there with this much space on it. It's not perfect, but it's also just some rail parts that I have and taped up that'll allow for the opening for that. It will overform too much over here, so I'll have to reheat that up and block that off. But it should still be okay. This is my press. It is a piece of wood, some foam, a hinge glued together, and screwed on for the hinge. When it's done, I'll put the Holstex here. I'll heat up the foam too. It's a little warm right now. I'm trying to get out some of these imprints. But I'll heat up the foam, the gun, and the Holstex itself, which is in the oven right now. You can bake like cookies. Apparently it makes all your oven stuff smell bad. And then it'll press it all together like a taco or enchilada. I don't know. Okay. Alright, just took a reading. It's getting close. At 273, it needs to get to about between 300 and 350. I've been doing 315 based on my last product. It seems to be doing just fine. And I'll take it out, put it on. Okay, I've cut it in half. This is the remaining piece. The other one's being reheated still, just a little bit. Heated this back up. I'm going to heat that up. And we're going to get pressing. Alright, so I have pressed it together. I didn't get a good video of that because I was working on it. And it's hard to film that. So, what I did was I put it together, put it in, stepped on it. That's what I think my difference is between many other holster makers. I actually just step on it, gets a lot more weight and pressure on it because I'm like 180 something pounds, and it's much better than using just like my arm force to clamp it down. And while I'm stepping in it, I use these clamps, lock it in place. I'm gonna wait another 10 minutes, I guess, to see what happens. Last time I did this, it retained heat very well, which is kind of worrisome to me, but we'll see what happens this time. And I may have to redo it. I may film myself doing that. Alright, so now it's been a while. I went and played on my phone for a while. I'm gonna take it off. Yeah, these are tight. Okay. Oh boy, let's see how it turns out. Probably crooked. Still hot. Oh geez, that's not good. It's a little crooked. Extremely well fitted, probably a little too much. This thing fell apart too, so I'll have to redo it. Alright, second try. This should be better now. I checked on it earlier. Okay, so there it is, completely pressed. Damn, still warm. It's been like a long time now. So, now that it's pressed, I will cut it into shape. Get some curves to it, but leaving the lines here, getting all that gone too. The top part, I have to reheat this to give it a channel for the button to click, and this up here so it doesn't lock in so much. Okay, I reheated it and pulled it out slightly. Man, it shows a lot more in here than it does in real life. But when you pull it out slightly, it can still draw now as opposed to earlier because it was too deep in here. So I just heated it up, pulled it halfway out, left it like this, both sides. So it's a nice line here. The retention is held right there, this little lock point, and it locks in. Of course, this is still rough. I got to cut it up and put in the fasteners and then the backer to it. Yep. All right, so here we have my holster now with the lines drawn on it. This is like a day later now. I haven't worked on it. It's similar to this design here, but it has sort of a Glock. So we'll cut this out with our tool. It's going to create a lot of dust. I'm going to remelt the back here so it clamps better. Then cut this out up here and curve this off at the edge here. Okay, so I've cut it up a little bit more. You can see the lines here cut out on the top and the sides, so we can have some clearance when I draw. And it still covers the trigger guard. And cleaned up the edges a little bit with a Dremel sanding tool. I still have to do the other side. I'm just going to follow the lines here. And it still has pretty good retention. Pushing it off right now. Right now there's no fasteners, so it's a little easy to get out. That's good though. So yep, but I keep working on it. Okay, so I finished cutting it up. It still needs some sanding done, maybe some fixing on the edges here. Looks a little rough, but it mostly works, mostly fits. And of course I need to tighten it down. It's still unhinged right now. But this is a good shape here. Alright, here it is, pretty much done. Again, I should probably still go back and sand down the edges and refine them. But I put in fasteners here to keep it together with the squishy neoprene stuff here and in between, so it's got some space in there. Put in these 3 attachment points for a Bladetech paddle holster attachment. I think it's compatible with other Bladetech stuff. Is it called Bladetech? Yes, it is. I just couldn't remember the name right now. Okay, so it fits really well in here. It's got good retention. You can hold it upside down, it doesn't come out. It does not activate the flashlight when inside. And looks pretty good. I think I'm all done now, other than fine refinement. That is going to be a pain in the butt, because it shows much better that you haven't done it on the red than it does on black. But yep, this is a new paddle holster for a Glock 17 with an Inforce light